Yeah, I just started a live stream, so. All right, everybody. We are back. I said earlier, if anything significant happened, I would hop back on the stream here. And we have a tornado warning here for southeast Kansas now. We have had two storm chasers on this storm here, those being Brandon Kopic and Connor Croft, that have seen rotating massive wall clouds associated with this rotation here near Caney, Tyro, Havana, and Neotes in southeastern Kansas. So if you're in this area, seek shelter immediately, lowest floor possible, away from windows. A tornado could drop at any second, alright? This is a radar indicated threat, but again, there are visuals of rotating wall clouds, so we will have to watch this incredibly closely because this is the kind of storm that we're watching for to have a potential to drop a big tornado. In addition to this, we also have 8 severe thunderstorm warnings. We got some in Oklahoma, some in Kansas, some in Texas, all just kind of scattered around, but none of them are that significant, so we're going to keep our eyes laser focused here on this rotating supercell in Kansas here because, like I said, that's a tornado warning storm. That's the first tornado warning we've had of the day. Again, this is southeast of Wichita in Kansas. This is a very favorable environment for tornadoes. And again, we do have that rotating wall cloud here, and there are multiple storm chasers on this. You can see Brandon Kopic there in Radar Omega, and then, like I said, Connor Croft's also on this. So we are going to be able to get a pretty good look if a tornado does drop with this storm here. We see that's a velocity update. Still equally intense rotations there. They definitely have not weakened any. So we're going to keep this going here. If you have any questions, leave them down below in chat. But that is what we're watching for at the minute. This is a pretty big storm here, to say the least. So we'll see what happens here. I just realized I did not put a thumbnail on this stream, so it's just using my channel banner. That's kind of unfortunate, but whatever. We have got a tornado warning, like I said, so we're going to keep watching this for sure. Again, there is a report of rotating wall clouds here. Not just a report, there's visuals on it right now. If you go check out Connor Croft's live stream, you can see this wall cloud right now in progress. I can't show it on camera, obviously, for copyright reasons, but this is a very concerning storm here. And it does have that potential to produce possibly a strong tornado if it gets going enough. Again, a tornado is not immediately likely, but over the next few minutes, this thing will likely intensify to the point where a tornado will possibly drop with it. These are your winds going towards the radar. Away from the radar. These are your winds going towards it, or vice versa. I'm not sure, but these winds are meeting, and we are seeing a large area of rotation here. Again, if you're in Caney, you've got to seek shelter. This thing's going right on top of you. This is a decently populated area here. We have got, say, a police department, fire department, a elementary school. So there are quite a few things here. There's Dollar General. There's also the high school, wildlife area. So this is actually a pretty populated region. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. That's going to be for Greer, Kiowa, and Jackson counties in Oklahoma. That's for half-dollar size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. We're getting updates on the radar here pretty much every minute because of how intense this storm is. Like not every minute, but like every 2 to 3 minutes. So we back it up a couple scans. You can see it's been pretty much the same intensity this whole time. So again, this is a very concerning storm here. Rotating wall clouds, favorable environment. The only thing that's lacking in this region is the shear. But if these storms can break past that cap that we have in place, they can do some pretty crazy stuff. And as you can see, rotation continuing there. Maybe even another area of rotation trying to develop back near Chautauqua, if that's how you pronounce that. So again, you gotta seek shelter here if you're in Caney, Kansas. Again, a decent sized area. I'm actually gonna check how many people live in this warning box here. Give me just a second. Yeah, 3,000 people are living in this warning box here, so relatively populated. There's not that many populated areas in southeast Kansas, but this is one of the bigger ones. So all 3,000 people in here, you've got to be in shelter. This thing is pretty concerning looking. Again, there's no confirmed tornado yet, but one could really drop at any minute at this point, so we'll keep watching it here. If you're in Neotes, you might want to stay in shelter just because there are a few more areas of rotation that could be approaching you. It looks like this might go just to the south of Havana, but still, stay in shelter. Again, the main, town in this area is going to be the Caney region. Again, we got those schools, the Dollar General, the fire and police departments. Overall, pretty big town there. So again, we're gonna keep watching this. Again, each radar scan, the rotation's not getting any weaker. It's remained this consistency for quite a while, which is a concern. And this new area of rotation that I was talking about to the north of Chautauqua is intensifying as well. So we may even see another tornado warning on the back end of this thing, but at the minute, we're only sticking with one here. Again, this is in southeastern Kansas. Hello, Luna. I may be having some minor Wi-Fi issues, so if the stream goes out for a few seconds, that's not a surprise. Just a second here. Let me check something. Okay, yeah, my Wi-Fi should be good. For some reason, my stream's not loading. There we go. For some reason, the stream wasn't loading on my iPad, and considering the fact that this is a brand new iPad, for some reason, it wasn't loading, so I was like, oh, my internet's out. But it's not. We have a new tornado warning for the south side of this thing, actually. This is for the same exact area of rotation. I don't know how I missed this. But this is for the same rotation here, but this is for Cotton Valley and Owen in Oklahoma. This rotation is taking a bit more of a southern dive than we thought, so we may see it enter this area here in northeast Oklahoma, so you gotta take shelter if you're in that warning. We have 2 tornado warnings now. I turned my volume up, so I will be able to hear those alerts better, and you will too. And we may even see a 3rd tornado warning, like I was saying here, for this other rotation on the back end here near Chautauqua. Again, some pretty concerning rotation here near Caney in Kansas, on the Kansas-Oklahoma border. In total now, we have got, let's see here. In total, we've got about 3,200 people under a tornado warning. This new one only has 178 people in it because it's only got Cotton Valley, which isn't even like a town. And then we've got Owen included, which is also not even a town. So just a bunch of open fields here in northeast Oklahoma. Again, once it gets past Caney here, or not really again, but hello Mona, once again. But once this thing gets past Caney, we can be a little bit less concerned because outside of Caney, there's really no populated areas that this thing's about to target until we get to Coffeyville, and Coffeyville's quite a ways away. Honestly, this new rotation is almost looking just as concerning as the one that we already have here now. So, sorry I've been silent for a few minutes here. I was just looking into something. And some very concerning storms here on the Kansas-Oklahoma border that we're watching. So again, intense rotation here, pretty much right on top of Caney. And again, this is heading pretty much directly east. It's actually moving pretty slowly. It's only moving at about 20 miles per hour here. The next town we'll be watching for to get hit is Tyro. Yeah, we do have a school here. We do have a fire station. So there are a couple of spots here that would not be good to get hit by this. And then after that, we'll be looking at Deering, which again has a school and a fire station. That's pretty much all that's out here in all these little towns in southeast Kansas. School, fire station, alright, your town. And then Coffeyville is actually a pretty decently populated area, so hopefully this storm doesn't remain this concerning all the way to Coffeyville. Yes, still it's not intensifying, but it's also not weakening. And the same thing can be said about this other rotation here. I am a little surprised this one hasn't gotten tornado warning. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be for Garza and Kent counties in Texas. That's for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So this tornado warning will only last for 10 more minutes, but it's very likely it will be reissued because there is pretty much the same level of rotation as there was when this thing got issued. I believe there's still a rotating wall cloud with it. Again, maybe a little bit weaker, but we got Brandon Kopic here driving right into this thing. And then, like I also said, we also have Connor Croft on it, but you can't see him on Radar Omega. We did have some golf ball size hail earlier in southwest Oklahoma here. Now that storm is down to half-dollar size hail. But it was a little intense earlier. Maybe even some gusty winds here towards Blair, unless that's just contamination. I don't know. It's hard to tell when something's contamination or not when you're so close to the radar site. Alright, new radar scan. Yeah, maybe some weakening of rotation here at this point for both of these, but stay in shelter. There is still a tornado warning in place here. This tornado warning has been updated here. I don't know when that happened, but it does no longer include Neotes. So again, we're watching for this thing to head for Tyro next. And northeast Oklahoma, even though you're technically under this tornado warning, you may not even be seeing a sprinkle right now. Because this storm's really to the north of you. I think this was just issued in case it does take a southern dive. But if you're in Cotton Valley, you're thinking, I'm under a tornado warning and it's not even raining out. Yeah, it's a pretty rare occurrence for you where you may not even see a single shower. Well, you'll probably see some showers, but the storm's mainly going to remain to your north, I think. And Havana/Havana, you're on the north side of this tornado warning. Technically, you're included with it, but the rotation is not going to hit you. Not even sure if this other one will, to the west. So at the minute, Havana/Havana, you're good, but just, keep updated. We got an update here on this tornado warning. They shrunk it just a little bit. They took like a sliver of it off here. That storm in southwest Oklahoma is down to 1-inch hail now. For the severe thunderstorm warning, at least. Let's take a look here at this live cam. Looks like we've got some gusty winds here near Jerman, Texas. Some approaching showers and possibly even a few thunderstorms. Some just went through that area as well, so seems like a pretty good radar to have up. Or a pretty good live cam to have up, I should say. Yeah, at this point, I think that's just contamination. I don't think that those are actual winds there. But it is a little concerning. We'll have to watch it, but I really don't think that those are real winds. I think that's contamination because we're so close to the radar site. Really, we're not even that close. It's just contamination. There is a ton of lightning on these storms, and that's going to be a new severe thunderstorm warning. That is for Bourbon, Crawford, Barton, and Vernon counties in Kansas and Missouri. This is on the Kansas-Missouri border here. Missouri is in the slight risk of severe weather, but I don't really think Missouri's going to see much. But then again, you did just get this severe thunderstorm warning. So, we'll see what happens. But I think generally Missouri's mainly going to be a shower and thunderstorm threat. Flooding rains, if anything. Again, Brandon Kopic's like right on top of this thing here, really. Not sure where Connor Croft's at, because again, we can't look at his live cam through Radar Omega. Or can't look at his location through Radar Omega. We can't look at either of those live cams. Or their videos, I should say. No, this could be real wind. This could be a real pickup in rotation. It may not be contamination. I don't know. Again, an extremely messy spot to have something like this in. But luckily we have our storm chasers out there, so if there is a tornado, there's a high chance one of them will see it. The humidity is 100% on our live cam there in Texas. The pressure's down to 965 millibars, which is, that's a pretty low pressure system. Strong low pressure system, I should say. Yeah, again, possible increase in rotation here, but it's hard to tell the difference between contamination and rotation in a storm like this, but those could be real winds there. So you need to seek shelter. Yeah, looks like Brandon Kopic's interested in this too. He's taking a southeastern dive towards this. We could have a tornado on the ground, everybody. If we do, it's not super strong, but it's still a tornado, so you gotta seek shelter. Again, if you're just not tuning in, we are looking at a possible tornado on the ground here in southeastern Kansas near Caney. We've got a concerning amount of rotation here. Yeah, I don't know. It's nearly impossible to tell the difference between contamination and rotation here. And the correlation coefficient can't even help us because it's also in a messy spot, unfortunately, so we can't see if there's debris in the atmosphere. So, We're just gonna have to watch this storm here. Again, it's a very good thing that we've got Storm Chaser so close to it. Again, that right there is Brandon Kopic. Looks like he's heading for the Tyro area, which, I mean, so is the storm, so see what happens here. Again, this is a very slow-moving storm, so it's not hard to keep up with. No confirmed tornado at the minute, according to this warning. This tornado warning will expire in 3 minutes. We may see a reissuance of it. The rotation out to the west that we were talking about earlier, it's a little bit weaker. Again, a ton of lightning on this thing, which sometimes can indicate the intensity of a storm. So, see this velocity update here. A new severe thunderstorm warning that is going to be for where is that actually? Not sure, but we do have an update to our one for Greer and Harmon counties in Oklahoma. It's now golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. This storm is doing golf ball size hail again, so it's heading right for Magnum. So whenever this hits you, Magnum, you need to get to a safe place that's away from windows. You bring your cars inside now while you have a little bit of time. Because this thing will be a big hailstorm, it's looking like. And again, hail is kind of the main threat with this event here. Yeah, I'm guessing we're going to see a reissuance here of this tornado warning, because there's still some relatively concerning rotation here in between Caney and Tyro. Even on the reflectivity, we do have a little bit of a hook echo there. So if the tornado drops, it will be right in there. Yeah, we are getting very consistent radar updates now. So obviously the National Weather Service wants to look at this storm more closely as well. That is a huge special weather statement west of Oklahoma City, by the way, for a big area of storms. And yeah, that is an extension to the tornado warning there. Coffeyville, you're now in this, alright? If you're in Coffeyville, you are getting that alert there on your phones that, hey, there's a tornado warning, or at least hopefully you are. So new tornado warning here for Coffeyville in Oklahoma. Again, Coffeyville's a pretty populated town there. So, let's see. Trying to see how many people are included in this. It's not even popping up yet on the NWS Tornado X page. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You just need to be in your safe place. That's what you need to know. We do not have any tornado or even any damaging wind reports yet to the National Weather Service today. What we do have, though, is some hail reports. Yeah, very consistent radar updates basically every minute now. We have 2 hail reports today. One of them is for 1-inch hail in Comanche County, Oklahoma, and the other is for 1.5-inch hail in Hardman County, Texas. That was actually like 10 minutes ago. Let's see if the reflectivity is updated yet. Yes, it has. Again, I think this is concerning rotation. I don't think this is contamination. So you've got to get to your safe place. It's doing this little thing where it intensifies and then it weakens. It intensifies and then it weakens, which makes it very dangerous here because it may seem like it's not doing anything whenever in reality It's just the new radar scan isn't out. But then when that radar scan comes out, we see there's a tornado. So we've really got to keep a close eye on this thing as much as we can here. Again, very thankful for these storm chasers out here. Risking their lives so that we can get a better view at the storm. It's going to be a new severe thunderstorm warning there. That is for LA County, California. We had a severe thunderstorm warning for Los Angeles County earlier, and now we have another one. It's not actually for the city of Los Angeles, but it's for the suburbs. Again, at most, this is going to do some large hail damaging winds. There's literally a 0% chance of a tornado dropping with this, but it was very, very surprising to see these severe storms popping off in Los Angeles whenever the closest tornado threat is hundreds of miles away. So again, Coffeyville, it'll be a smart idea to get to your safe place soon. Got a velocity update. Again, these velocities are literally updating every minute now. Same thing with the reflectivity too, obviously, but this storm here back by Neotes, the rotation's pretty much gone on it. I was pointing out the rotation earlier, but that's pretty much done. But it is going to be another hail and wind maker, so you need to prepare for that. If you're here in like Tyro or Deering and Coffeyville, you can't get out and drive your car inside. That's a very bad idea. But like Havana, Neotes, you need to bring your cars inside to prepare for some large hail. So, yeah, we got a little bit of a hook there on radar. Looks like Brandon Kopic here is actually going back down to Caney to see if a tornado dropped, because I imagine he's looking for damage, is what I'm saying. Because there could have been a tornado touchdown there for a few seconds. Again, I'm not able to watch his stream right now because I can't show it on live, unfortunately, but I would love to see that. I'll probably watch it back after the stream's over. We do also have or at least we did have a flash flood warning for the Dallas area. I don't know if we still do. My computer's a little glitchy with showing warnings, so I don't know, but I imagine we still do because it was only issued like half an hour ago. But storm chaser Vince Walty down here in this storm near Santa Ana. Santa Ana had a concerning storm with rotation through it earlier, but now actually we've got another one with concerning rotation that we may see a tornado warning possible. A little surprised they don't have the tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning. This little area here is why they issued the tornado warning for northeast Oklahoma. This tiny area here is because it's just barely doing some rotation there inside of it. You can see we've kind of got a couple of hooks here. We got that one, because there are multiple areas of rotation. So, again, I didn't even see this because there's so many lines going through it, but there is some strong velocity readings there. Not anymore. In fact, it looks like the rotation's kind of weakening on this storm as a whole. Maybe Brad Arnold wasn't going to Caney. Maybe he's just trying to find a good road. Or not Brad Arnold, Brandon Kopic, sorry. I get them confused sometimes. Yeah, nowhere near as concerning as it was whenever we started the stream half an hour ago. We drag it back and we see the evolution of this. We see it was very tight there, then it got a little more intense, but you can kind of see gradually over time it weakened out. So even though we haven't noticed it, it has weakened out. But the reason we haven't noticed it is because it's taken a while. And it's doing it just a little bit at a time, so it's hard to tell that it's even weakening at all, but you can definitely tell a difference between this level of rotation and this level. They did actually issue a new tornado warning again for the south side of this storm, just in case rotation heads for the south side again. So South Coffeyville, now in Oklahoma, is included in this. We got 3 tornado warnings, all for the same area of rotation. Again, a little bit surprised they issued that, because this rotation is weakening out quite a bit, it looks like, but maybe we just need to wait for the next radar scan. Should be coming any minute now, because, like I said, we're literally getting them every minute. Got the reflectivity update. Velocities usually take a little bit longer. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that is some nasty rotation. And I can see why they issued that warning for the south side of it, is because this is really on the border of Oklahoma and Kansas. The 2 separate warnings here, it's on the border of the warnings. So it's going to be hard to look through all these lines, actually. But, yeah, we could have a tornado trying to drop again. Again, very messy spot for the correlation coefficient, but whatever. This is really taking us on a roller coaster of, oh, it's not that bad, so, oh boy, take shelter, to, oh, it's not that bad, so, oh boy, take shelter. I mean, I've said take shelter the whole time, I'm pretty sure, but even this other rotation is starting to pick up again, the one we were talking about a long time ago here, as it approaches Caney, so we may even see another tornado warning issued for Caney. I don't know. It may not be intense enough to warrant a tornado warning. It's already under a tornado possible tag on the severe warning, so you can't really do much more. Did they literally just do 2 radar updates in the same minute? I think they did. Oh no, it was 6:23. Well, yeah. I see why they're doing it, though. There is a strong pickup in the velocities here. We may have a tornado on the ground on the Kansas-Oklahoma border. Again, it's directly on the border. There's no, oh, it's in Kansas, oh, it's in Oklahoma. No, this thing is on the border, as far as we can see. If you're just now tuning in, again, possible tornado on the ground in northeastern Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas at the minute, right along the border line there. This has the potential to be a strong tornado just because of this kind of environment. It looks like it's beating the cap, which is not good news for this area. We have 3 tornado warnings for this one area of rotation. Yeah, Coffeyville actually has about 10,000 people. Overall, we've got about 13 to 14, maybe even closer to 15,000 people under a tornado warning at the minute. This is actually a pretty decent-sized city here. Bigger than it looked on Radar Omega. But with these kind of velocities, it is very likely that we have a tornado on the ground. So if you're in Coffeyville, you've got to take shelter. This thing will be on top of you very soon, and even if it takes it 10 minutes, which it might, debris can be thrown so far away from the actual tornado, so it's best to take shelter now. Again, if you don't know where the best shelter is, it is in a lowest floor of your building that you're in, no window, interior room. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning. That's for Kiowa, Greer, and Washita counties, Oklahoma. 1.75 inch hail, 60 mile per hour winds. That's an extension of our other one that was doing the golf ball size hail. So again, when that hailstorm approaches you, you need to take shelter in a similar spot that you would for your tornado threat. Oh my goodness. The amount of lightning on this is ridiculous. That's actually insane. All these strikes you're seeing is within the past 30 minutes. Okay, yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. I'm glad I took a look at this. I was debating it. I was like, we kind of need to stay on the tornado warning. But no, this storm is doing a ton of lightning, which could mean that it's picking up. Again, sometimes more lightning indicates intensification of a storm. Got that radar update there for the velocities. Again, slightly less intense rotation. We could have had a brief tornado touchdown. Again, I mean, it's going from super concerning to, oh, there's nothing there. Super concerning, oh, there's nothing there. So it's best to stay in shelter. If you're in the Tyro area, this is past you, but there may be another rotating supercell that we'll have to watch out for later down the line. But at the minute, Tyro, you're good. Cotton Valley, you're fine. I don't even think this next one's going to hit you. Cotton Valley, you might be done for the night in terms of severe weather. Noxie, wait just a few more minutes. Because even if this thing is just a couple miles more south than we think it is on the radar, that could be a life-changing experience for you, Noxie, if you decide not to take shelter. Elliot is just along the border of this tornado warning. Your phone may have gone off alerting you about it if the cell tower you're connected to is inside of the warning, but Elliot, you're fine. We've even got a new area of rotation trying to develop that's on top of West Coffeyville already. So Coffeyville, if I haven't convinced you already, you've got to get there now. There's possibly a new area of rotation trying to develop here that is already in Coffeyville. So you've got to take shelter now. You don't have time. Brandon Coppock is getting dangerously close to this thing, considering there's a possible tornado on it. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we have got a possible tornado on the ground here in southeastern Oklahoma now, or southeast Kansas, I mean. This environment is favorable for this tornado to possibly become strong, so we've got to watch it. Let's take a look at our hailstorm. The tornado warning for the Cotton Valley got removed. Like I said, you're fine in Cotton Valley. You may be done for the night. Let's get an update here on our major hailstorm down in southwestern Oklahoma. Again, honestly, the lightning is more concerning than the hail is. Look at all that lightning that struck within the past 30 minutes. And the bright ones have all struck within the past, 5 minutes. So, there's still possibly even more lightning now. Yeah, I mean, Brandon Coppock is on this thing. If he takes us south, he will do a literal perfect interception, but that might be dangerous. Actually, it's definitely dangerous, but... We could have had a possible tornado on the ground for a few seconds there. Just a brief touchdown in an open field, probably, if it did. But it's likely lifted, but there's still rotation, and it may not have even lifted yet. So Coffeyville, gotta get to shelter. Deering, just to be safe, would say take shelter. If this thing starts to take a northeastern track, it could head for Deering. At the minute, it's not looking like it, but it could. We just saw some lightning flash on our live cam down there in North Texas. Let's actually see what it looks like down there. Yeah, I mean, some storms on the horizon there, it seems. Maybe even an intense one near Olney. Maybe even possibly doing some severe wind gusts. We'll have to see if that gets a severe warning, severe thunderstorm warning soon. If the National Weather Service sees it, probably will. Yeah, that new radar update, I mean, this is some concerning levels of rotation. Still not a confirmed tag on this tornado warning, so there's been no confirmed tornado yet, we can say officially, but there could have been a brief touchdown. But like I just said, we can't confirm it. But it is very, very likely that there was. At the very least, it's possible that there was, so... And we're seeing lightning flash. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen on that live cam there, on the right side of the live cam, you'll see lightning flash every now and then. And there are several areas here with rotation. Minor rotation other than the one, but yeah, that one's actually pretty intense and possibly still a tornado on the ground. It'll be hard to tell though after the fact because there won't be that much noticeable damage just because of how empty this area is. Like even if it's doing 500-mile-an-hour winds, the most we're gonna see out of here is crop damage. There's not even any trees out here, pretty much, for the most part, so. But as we enter Coffeyville, there will be some more populated areas, so you gotta take shelter. I know there's quite a few people living in the Coffeyville area. So we'll be going over just to the south of the Onion Creek area soon. And just the southwest of Coffeyville and West Coffeyville. And to pretty much directly to the west of South Coffeyville. So the southern side of Coffeyville is actually the side I'd say it's most likely to go through. We did get a new severe thunderstorm warning. It's for Logan, Payne, Kingfisher, Noble, and Garfield counties in Oklahoma. That's a oh no, it's not. It's not for a massive hailstorm that I was talking about. Quite a bit of lightning on this one too though. But that is warned for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds that are just passed through Crescent, heading for Cimarron City, Cedar Valley, and Guthrie in Oklahoma. Pretty sure I've heard of a Guthrie, Oklahoma tornado before. I may just be going crazy though. Again, here's the rotation. Concerning looking, to say the least. I'm really hesitant to do this because there's quite a bit of action right now, but I know it's not going to get any better over the next little while probably, so I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'm going to leave the radar up here. I'm going to write a big old BRB on the screen. Circle it so anybody that joins will know. And I will be right back, everybody. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. Alright, everybody, I am back. Sorry about that. Just had to take a quick bathroom break here. But now that I have done it, I won't have to do it again for the rest of the stream, hopefully. Just in time for that new radar update here on the velocities. Again, still pretty intense. So stay in shelter there. This is just to the south and the west of Coffeyville. And there's quite a bit of contamination, so it's hard to tell what's real and what's not. No new warnings were issued while I was gone. So, we'll keep watching this here. If you have any questions, again, leave them down below in the chat. Be happy to answer them. Right now, we are in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma. Okay, no confirmed tornado yet, but we may have had a brief touchdown in an open field. But now, if there's a touchdown, it'll be in a more populated area, unfortunately, as we head towards Coffeyville. And yeah, still some pretty intense velocities here. Got some more lightning strikes there on our camera. Bouncing around quite a bit, but the winds aren't even that strong. It's actually bouncing around quite a lot now. Haven't had any new warnings or any update to our warnings in a while. So that's probably good news, hopefully. Oh, the tornado warning has been removed. Both of them have. Yeah, I mean, it is weakening now. Definitely with this new radar scan. It was hard to tell before if it was weakening or not because of all the contamination. But now, I mean, it's definitely weakened out quite a bit, and I'm happy to say you can hear the happiness in my voice. There's no tornado warnings in effect right now, guys. So now the most significant thing is going to be that hailstorm down. Oh my gosh, insane amounts of lightning on this. This is actually ridiculous. We have a pretty big storm here approaching our live cam, the one that was south of Olney. But I think now that we have no tornado warnings at this very moment in time, I'm going to end live. But the only reason I'm doing that is because I know I'm probably going to have to go live again later. Because, you know, if anything significant happens, I'm hopping right back on. So, I want to thank you all for watching this stream. It's been eventful. We had a tornado warning for 48 minutes straight. So, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. We will be back if anything else significant happens, but outside of that,